Hello everyone, welcome to Brain Checker, India's largest career counseling company. We are into intelligence testing, we are into multiple intelligence testing, we are into brain development. In fact, we are the only company in India who have taken great initiatives and have developed our own products which is helpful in diagnosing a child's intelligence right from the very beginning of his or her school career. Our program is designed to measure intelligence level of a child right from 3 years onwards. So today we are going to discuss about human intelligence. What are the types of human intelligence? Why, how intelligence actually contributes to our success in life. We'll also talk about how cognitive skills are developed. We'll also talk about how intelligence quotients are developed and how this intelligence measurement help us determine which career is the most suitable and most satisfying for us. You know, to succeed in life, you must have a successful career that is both satisfying as well as it's giving you a good earning. So let's begin. So human intelligence, what is human intelligence? Well, human intelligence is a mental quality that consists of the abilities to learn from experience, adapt to new situations, understand and handle abstract concepts, and use knowledge to manipulate one's environment. So by definition, human intelligence is a broad concept, and we really need to dig deeper to really get an idea into how we can categorize human intelligence into different categories so that we can actually implement testing to different age groups based on natural intelligence, stimulated intelligence, as well as acquired intelligence. So what we'll do, we'll go one by one and we'll see how the intelligence are characterized into different categories, and then we'll see how Brain Checker has developed its own innovative products to measure intelligence, to match it with the right career, and how uh, your cognitive skills can be developed so that a human being is more successful. So let's begin. The very first type of the human intelligence is called biological intelligence, or we can say it's an inherited intelligence, something which we get from our birth. You can say these intelligences are inherited from our parents, from our DNA. So let us see what percentage of biological intelligence actually contributes to the overall intelligence of the human being. Now, the second type of intelligence is called cognitive intelligence or stimulated intelligence. This is the type of intelligence which is actually hidden into our brain, which we need to trigger, which we need to activate, and then augment or develop it into a stepwise fashion, so that once fully developed, our brain can work most efficiently and most effectively. So we'll get into that later, how Brain Checker has developed a unique product to actually stimulate our cognitive intelligences and develop into a stepwise fashion, so that the entire brain functioning basically, which is contributing to our decision making skills, which is contributing to our problem solving skills, which is contributing to our visual learning skills, auditory learning skills, as well as our fine and gross motor skills. We will get into that one by one. And now the most important intelligence, what we call psychosocial intelligence or acquired intelligence. Now this is the intelligence that human being acquires through education, through culture, through society, through his upbringing, through his continuous learning process. So this is something which keeps on, human being keeps on acquiring and acquiring. It's a continuous learning process. We'll get into more details how we can actually measure it, what we call intelligence quotient, to actually find out how much a child through his school years have developed these intelligences, so that those intelligence can now be matched to a perfect career for them. We will go into that one by one and we'll get into more details about how brain checker is actually helping the entire human being to measure the intelligences level, as well how to actually develop their overall brain functioning, and then actually deciding on which career is the most suitable and most successful for them. So let's begin. We'll first begin with biological intelligences or the inherited intelligence. Now, biological intelligence is basically the inherited intelligence existing in a child's brain from birth. So it's something which we can say that he has inherited from his parents or from his DNA, and something that is basically contribute to about 30% of the intelligence a person has. You can see that in a class there are 30 students, and all the students are taught by the same teacher, they are taught the same subject, they are taught the same they are taught the same curriculum, they are taught in the similar style, no difference there, but still each and every student perform differently in a class. So why does it happen? We need to find out. And here is what Brain Checker has developed a unique methodology to actually find out how we can measure the multiple intelligences. There are basically 8 types of multiple intelligence, which we'll get into more details right now. So some child is basically studies. There are different types of child who are, the smartness level of the child is different for each of them. Somebody is like people smart, somebody is like self smart, somebody is like word smart or logic smart or nature smart or picture smart or body smart. Or that's why we say we need to find out what type of smartness our child really possess, so that we can actually nurture, or we can give a special emphasis on those intelligences to nurture the child in such a way that those intelligences that he has got the dominance is actually developed into a successful career, So we'll get into more details later. We'll also tell you about how the brain is divided into different lobes and how those lobes are contributing to different style of functioning. Suppose they are basically their brain is divided into five lobes, that is prefrontal lobe, frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, and occipital lobe. Besides, there are cerebellum and brainstem. And these lobes actually contribute to the different functioning, different cognitive function that a human being does. So that, like prefrontal lobe contributes to our executive and cognitive function, our personality type. Frontal lobe, you can say it's like the MD of our body, which actually do all the planning, which all do all the thinking, which do all the imagination, and then they actually generate a plan which they send to our prefrontal lobe, which you can say the CEO who actually gives the executive decision. Okay, we have collected all the information, we have processed it, we have find out which is the best thing to do. So now this is the lobe that actually gives the final decision. These are the parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. We can say these are the accessory or the real workforce who actually collect information, who actually process information, who actually process those information and sends them to our frontal lobe, who then put into different options and then find out which one is the best suited decision. And then finally the our CEO or the prefrontal lobe takes the final decision. So the entire thing, suppose the life will become so easy for a parent or a teacher that the entire thing process, the entire intelligence distribution, the learning style, the acquiring style, the personality type of a child, the brain level strength distribution, you get to know at the age of 3 years only of a child. Now this will help you in understanding your child better. You can plan your future, you know which things will make your child angry or which child things will make your child happy, which is a learning style you follow that will make your child understand or learn things more easily, which are the natural subjects that are very strong to him, which are the subjects that your child has to put more efforts into it. Everything, if you know into right from the very early age of his education level, things will become really easy. And then at that time, if you follow those instructions, if you follow those guidelines, your child will no doubt will become very successful and he will be highly satisfied with his life. So these are the biological intelligences that actually Brain Checker has developed a unique methodology to measure it, to put it into a graphical form, and then to present it into a 41-page report to present to the parents. Now let's go to the cognitive intelligence or something which is called stimulated intelligence. So cognitive intelligence is something which remains hidden in our brain and its specific mental stimuli consistently trigger and augment it. So every human being has got intelligence, but they don't know where it is, how to activate it, how to actually use it, how to put it into like action. There is no still in our country there are no such program till now which actually can help us stimulating those hidden intelligence level, those intelligence or those cognitive skills which needs to be triggered. So Brain Checker now has developed a unique product, which is in fact the world's first cognitive skills development program, which is based on Dr. Guilford's theory, which has been designed by Dr. Wallace, which actually is help us triggering those 45 cognitive skills that are really the base of the skills on which our brain works out, which makes us more successful, which makes us do things more efficiently, which makes us more successful, which makes us more understanding, which makes us our memory much stronger, which really helps us developing interest in our study. So we'll go into that in more details later. So basically, brain cognitive function are divided into 5 domains. So what are those 5 domains? The first domain is called attention domain, which is basically our decision making, which help us in taking decisions. So there are a total of 6 decision making skills. Then the second domain is called memory and thinking. It is also called our problem solving skills or our thinking skills. This is the most important, or you can say this is the, if we master these 18 problem solving skills, if we know the technique to really stimulate and really develop it, the sky is limit for that person. The third domain, what we call it, the visual learning skill. How we see a thing, how we comprehend a thing, how we can see different, 5 or 6 things together, and then what is the skill to find out that all those 6 things remain in our brain and we comprehend them, we understand them fully. So there are totally 9 visual learning skills. Then there's auditory learning skill, how we hear, what we hear, how much we comprehend. If there are 6 or 7 background sounds going on, what is the technique to develop that we understand or grasp all those 5 or 6 different sounds and we keep it into our memory, and then the memory processes it and then they send it to the attention domain who take the decision. And the last is, but not the least, is the kinesthetic. Alright. The skills which is actually responsible for our motor coordination, hand-eye coordination. Skills which is very different. If we master those skills, we can have a very good handwriting. We can become very good at sports. We can very good at writing. All those skills. So basically, there are in total 18 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6 plus 6, 45 core cognitive skills. If we trigger all those 45 core cognitive skills and we develop a mechanism to use those 45 cognitive skills in perfect cognition combination, you can do anything, and which will result in our brain to work to its full potential. And we can say now we are now using our 100% of brain. And once you start using your brain to its full potential, that is the time where you actually start developing into a successful human being. So we will go into detail later on. Let's go on to the third type of intelligence, that is called psychosocial intelligence or the acquired intelligence. Now these intelligences develop through constant learning process, social learning, cultural arrangement, and many other external factors surrounding human growth. Now these are the intelligence which we can actually measure or quantify through our intelligent quotient, that what we see called IQ. So, what are the parameters which we measure the acquired intelligences? The first is memory, second is our numerical ability, third is sensing, fourth is understanding, observation, pattern building, logical analysis, sequencing, coordination, and creative application. So these are the basic parameters. But in India, we don't have a specialized IQ testing program till now. We are fortunate enough that BrainChecker has now developed India's first fully Indianized IQ testing services, which is designed for India. This is designed to measure the real intelligence quotient of an Indian student. What he has studies, it it involves, it's a fully Indianized, developed on the basis of the Indian education system. So it's more relevant and more accurate for the Indian students. Now we'll go into that later. So we'll talk about now Brain Checker. What is Brain Checker? Brain Checker was founded on a promise to provide affordable career counseling services of international quality to Indian students. Today it has emerged as India's largest career counseling company. We are having tie-ups with top-notch schools like Ryan and Ambani. Our products are developed in response to the ever-increasing need of parents looking for better opportunities for their children and the willingness of parents to consult professionals who are better equipped in guiding their children towards the most suitable products. So what are the real products that BrainChecker has developed? The first product is called DMIT. Now this is a test designed to measure the inherited intelligence. It's ideally designed for children ages 3 to 12. It's basically called dermatoglyphics, or the study of skin ridges, along with multiple intelligence tests that is based on the theory developed by Dr. Howard Gardner. So it will help you, both parents and teachers, in understanding multiple intelligences, personality traits, learning styles, acquiring methods, curricular and extracurricular strengths and weaknesses of their students. The second test we have developed, or the program, which basically it's a complete brain development program. It's called Brain Stamina. It's ideally developed for children aged 7 to 17. It's in fact the world's first cognitive skill development program, which helps children in triggering or developing their 45 core cognitive skills and thus improve their academic scores, memory power, attention, focus, and different visual, auditory, and motor skills. Now the third test we have designed is to measure acquired intelligence, or the IQ. It's ideally suited for students aged 13 to 19. It is India's first fully Indianized caliber and IQ test, which helps children and parents in determining their real caliber, true potential, and aptitude most suitable for 21st century. Up to date 200 career fields, and recommend 10 best career choices. Now this is the test which will actually tell you which career is the most suitable based on your child's caliber, or his IQ he has developed over the years in school. So we'll go into more details now. What is DMIT? The DMIT is basically based on the theory of multiple intelligences proposed by world famous psychologist Dr. Howard Gardner. It's basically designed on the theory of demographics based inputs and statistical correlation of brain lobes with their respective intelligence-based functions. It is basically designed for the parents who are always looking, who are always proactive about shaping their child's future. So what benefits you are going to get from DMIT? It's a 41-page report. You will understand multiple intelligence distribution of a child. You will know what is, how smart he is, whether his people is smart, whether his self is smart, word smart, logic is smart, nature is smart, and likewise. You will understand your child's innate personality. It will help you develop the right approach to in your child's upbringing so that you understand him better and you have apply the right tools to develop him into a very successful child. You know their preferred learning style of child, whether it's auditory, visual, or kinetic. It will help you in selecting fields, stream, career, learning style. It will also help you understand different quotients other than IQ, like emotional quotient, creativity quotient, and adversity quotient. It will help you identify strengths and weaknesses of your child. It will help you know the personality type, the dominant personality type of child, whether your child is dominant, whether it's influential personality type, whether it's compliant type, or whether it's a steady personality type. So you can develop a better relationship with your child. It will also help you different function and different parts of the brain. And the most importantly, you go to different counselors or different segments. Like your child is introvert and you go to a psychologist. If your child is not too logical, you go to a mathematician to teach him the numerical ability. Your child does not understand the pattern, then you take him to the one other counselor who will actually teach you the spatial relationship, the spatial pattern building, the spatial correlationship, the spatial observations, and the. But now this is the one test that will give you the entire thing together. The 41 pages report, each pages will give you the multiple intelligence level distribution, the learning style distribution, the acquiring style distribution, the personality type, the Rayasek personality type, the Holland and McKenzie personality type, the personality type. It will give you which career course stream, whether your child should take arts, science, or commerce, which hobby your child should develop so that he can become more successful in that. And it's basically a once in a lifetime test. Once you invest one time, you get a report and you know everything you wanted to know about your child as early as at 3 years of age only. And then you can plan your child's future accordingly based on his interest, based on his natural ability, based on his natural strength, based on his natural strength. So naturally your child will be more successful. Now the second thing is brain stamina, which is a cognitive skill development program. It has been developed by Dr. Gregory Walish and Dr. Yealing. It has been inspired by Dr. Guilford's structure of intellect theory that we popularly known as Guilford Cube. It has been designed by cognitive experts. It's created for developing countries having shortage of experts. This is basically exclusively designed for Indian students, which is a completely automated and system-based learning module. So it's very easy to implement and very interesting for your child, because he will practice it as a game, as a brain game. He will never know that he's undergoing some sort of therapy, but this will keep on activating his cognitive skills and keep on developing them in tandem, in combination with different cognitive skills. We will focus on key 45 core cognitive skills, and it's basically designed in a gamified way. It's like a learning environment for kids, ideally suited for students aged 7 to 19 years of age. So what are the benefits you will get? Now these are the skills, brain stamina will, these are the 45 cognitive skills. It's like visual short-term sensory memory, auditory short-term sensory memory, visual short-term immediate memory, auditory short-term immediate memory, visual sustained attention, divided attention, auditory inferences, visual discrimination, visual span, oculomotor, timing rhythm. So there will be 45 cognitive skills. At the end of, once he has completed the entire 260 levels of gaming, what your child will achieve. His academic score will improve from up to 9 to 5 to 10%. That will be the minimum. His interest in studies will increase by 90%. His memory power will increase by 60%. His increase in alertness, focus, concentration will increase by 85%. His brain activeness, now is very, suppose he was not so active child, now his activeness will increase up to 85%, and that's a huge improvement. And it will, once he has improved, it will become a permanent thing. Now it will, his brain will remain developed till his entire life. He will have improved problem solving skills, he will have improved decision making skills, and it's a very affordable program. So now we'll go into the our third type of test, which will actually test our acquired intelligence, which is called CIQT, or Caliber Intelligence Quotient Test. So what are IQ? It was developed by Dr. Alfred Binet. They provide scientific score of your brain computed based on your brain's ability to process and analyze information as quickly as possible. IQ tests designed for career planning are specially designed for students of the age of 13 years and are used across the world as a reliable, accurate, and scientifically correct tool to help a child identify his suitable career. It's an internationally accredited IQ test. It is offered in 13 Indian languages. It's a 60-minute test, and the testing parameters are retention, sensing, word understanding, spatial pattern, numerical handling, spatial observation, logical analysis, spatial correlation, arithmetic chronology, and creative application. So what will tell you? It will tell you about the left brain score and the right brain score of your child. It will tell you about the IQ score of your child and which category your child is belongs to, whether he is modest intelligent or he is below average, he is superiorly intelligent, he is gifted, he is genius. Based on that, we will give you the entire career choices of around 250 career choices. And it will be classified rated at 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. So the 5-star will be the most recommended career choice for your child. 4-star, you can that's if child will be successful in those careers, but it won't be highly satisfying for him. And the 3-star careers are like the least recommended career. So this will give you the entire career choices with the 3, 4, and 5-star rating. It is also recognized by Government of Haryana for implementation of CIQT in all government schools for students from class 11 to 12. It has been implemented in top private schools in India. Hence, overall, the entire thing is very beneficial. So that's all for today. I will just give you the this is the 41 page report that we talked about in DMIT. Here your child, you can see it will give you about your child's intelligences, the brain score, the left brain, right brain distribution, the acquiring method, the multiple intelligences of your child, the dominant learning style, the brain lobe strength distribution, your actual left brain and right brain scoring for different brain functioning, where he's strong, where your child is average, where your child is weak, and where your child is like open, where if you it clicks, it can be like give you 1,000 times result. It will also tell you about your child's learning adaptability, or what we call TFRC. It will also tell you about the traits of your child, and then will give you the tips to improve those intelligence levels. Will tell you about the personality type of your child, the remedies, how to develop those weak areas, everything combined together in a 41 page report. The different quotient levels of your child from birth, IQ level, EQ level, CQ level, AQ level. It will give you the dissect distribution of your child. Also, it will give you the analyze how much analytical your child, how much introspective he is, how much interactive he is, and then it will give you the recommended course stream selection after class 10th, and it will give you the basic idea of the career recommendation for his child based on his natural intelligence. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much.